Hey, hey, hey! Welcome back to Melinda's Messy Sink. Today's video is another collaboration for you. It is all about fall desserts. Our host for today's collaboration is Ellie from DIY from House to Home. I will make sure to have Ellie's channel in the description box below. In addition, there are several YouTube creators who come together to make fall desserts for you. I will have the playlist for all of those desserts listed below as well. Today, we will be making caramel apple upside down cake. If this is your first time to Melinda's Messy Sink, welcome. I'm so glad you stopped by. My channel is all about food. We do grocery hauls, meal planning, meal prepping, what's for dinner videos. We also do lots of different collaborations with other creators and just general foodie content. If you'd like to stick around, make sure you hit that subscribe button so that you can see what all Melinda's Messy Sink has to offer. So let's get started on that caramel apple upside down cake. We are going to take an 8x8 or 9x9 quart dish and spray it with nonstick spray. We have melted a fourth of a stick of butter, and we are going to add our, we're going to add our brown sugar, and we're going to combine this until it boils. I found this recipe at bettycrocker.com. I'll make sure to link the recipe in the description box below. But we want to make sure that we continue to keep a really close eye on this because sugar does burn and we do not want this to burn. All right, it's starting to boil. Just a little bit, but you can still see the sugar crystals in there. So we're gonna let it go just a little bit longer. All right, next we are going to add a half a teaspoon of ground cinnamon, and we're gonna pull this off the heat and give it a stir. All right, next step is we take our mixture that we cooked and we pour it into our baking dish. And you're gonna smooth this around, and you kinda gotta work fast because it's gonna start cooling off and hardening up. Next, we are going to take apple slices and layer them in our dish. Next step, I have added cinnamon and salt in the bottom of this bowl. I'm adding 1 1/3 cup of flour and 1 teaspoon of baking powder. I'm gonna give this a quick whisk, and then I'm gonna set this aside, and we're on to the wet ingredients. The wet ingredients, we are going to add melted butter, sugar, and we're gonna whisk this together. We're gonna add in milk, a half a teaspoon of vanilla. I always go a little heavy. And then we're gonna do 1 egg at a time. And now the other egg. We are going to start adding our dry ingredients. And for this part, we're going to use the mixer. And finally, we're going to add our cake mixture to the top of the apples. As you can see, that mixture is pretty thick. And then we're going to smooth out the mixture into all the little crevices. This is ready to go into our preheated oven for 55 to 65 minutes, waiting for our toothpick to come out clean. I'll give you the exact cooking time whenever we pull it out of the oven. Okay guys, my cake just came out of the oven. Mine baked for 50 minutes in my oven. And now it says to let it cool on a cooling rack for 15 minutes. The 15-minute wait time is up on the cooling rack. We're going to take a knife and we're gonna go all around the cake to loosen up the edges. And we're gonna say a little prayer that this comes out because I'm doing it live on camera. So you're either gonna see this work or this fail instantly. All right, so it's hot. What I did was I took a pizza pan and I just covered it with aluminum foil, and I'm gonna use that as my cake base. I'm gonna turn that upside down, and then I'm gonna make sure I've got a hold of, I got a hold of the baking dish, and we're gonna move it out of the way here. And we're gonna give it a flip. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's see. I'm thinking it worked. Oh my stars. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. I am so thankful that that flipped. Whenever I decided I was gonna make this cake, I was like, oh no, what if it doesn't turn out? Oh man, that looks so good. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I am going to leave this on my cutting board to continue to cool. And here is our caramel apple upside down cake cut. This would be great with a dollop of whipped cream on the top or a big scoop of vanilla ice cream. My oh my guys, my house smells amazing. From the cinnamon, the apples, the caramel, and that upside down cake is amazing. Thank you so much for following along today. And if you give this a try, be sure to comment below and let me know how that you like the recipe and if it filled up your house with all kinds of fall smells as well. Don't forget to check out Ellie's channel from DIY from House to Home, as well as the playlist of all of the recipes in today's collaboration. Don't forget, Jesus loves you. I'll see you guys in the next video.